I'm seeing that there's a gap in the market for spatial data. These spatial providers globally have incredible data, nationwide coverage, but they typically service a mega enterprise. What we're aiming to do at Big Geo is democratize access to spatial information for the average user. And that capability is a gap in the market. So I base everything off signal. And so when I'm speaking to these global providers and they're saying, yeah, we would love the opportunity to be able to sell our data fractionally by the slice on demand, is a brand new sales channel for them. I've now seen that across some of the world's largest providers, and that to me is a signal that we've really filled a gap in the market. Typically, sales process for a spatial data product might take days, weeks, samples. So there's a threshold for these large providers where they say, well, someone looking for maybe a specific county in combination with a city or a different municipality might not make sense from an effort perspective. And our superpower is to be able to deliver that value in real time with no engineering lift. And that is the result of many years of building this incredible architecture from first principle design. When we get on these demonstrations of Big Geo's technology stack and our capability to fractionalize and deliver data from one source file with no engineering lift, that is where eyes pop open and they say, how are you achieving that? And a great use case I like to speak to in the market when I'm talking to providers is, let's take a restaurant example. 1.5 million restaurant owners in the United States. They want to know things like, how was my traffic this week compared to last week? How are my competitors doing in my space? Here's the polygon of the restaurant that you exist in. Here's the polygons of the restaurants that are in your ethos. Here is the device ID pings to identify 45 people in my restaurant last Saturday, and I had 55 this Saturday. What happened? Something opened up across the streets, and typically a restaurateur is not going to go spend $10,000, $20,000, hire a team of experts to be able to deliver that value. A simple request on an LLM, you can get access to that information through Big Geo in a controlled environment where those data products and those data providers are selling the knowledge within those data products, not necessarily the raw data itself, which is foundationally different in today's market. That SMB and SME market, which has been traditionally underserved, is now readily available to these large providers, and essentially it's a brand new revenue stream that didn't exist before. The ability to say yes to every customer when they make a request of your data product is our business. I'm most excited about the implementation of AI-ready spatial information that is governed and protected for the providers. I mean, at the end of the day, that spatial data is their asset, it is their gold mine. And being able to participate in the AI economy, to have their information available to answer a question that's being asked, but securing their data in an environment where that compute and access to that answer is happening in a closed environment, I believe that is the future of how people will access information. And we have a secure environment to be able to deliver that value that is very specific to our organization and our core architecture.